All right, I want to welcome you back, and in this second presentation we're going to continue with more about the WebIGO Rewards platform and why you should never discount when there is a more profitable way to promote your business, product, or services. Now before we jump in, I want to let you know that this video is going to be a bit longer because it's totally loaded with material that you can put to work starting today. Now, every bank, credit card, grocery store, casino, airline, and tons of other brands use this marketing goldmine, and now you can too. Now, we're talking about cashback rewards, but let me warn you, a lot of these big companies out there are doing it all wrong. And with the advancement of AI technology, we're actually able to provide a rewards program the right way. Now, I hear it all the time when I first try to explain how rewards work. Rewards are an expense and are no different than a discount. I usually have to explain the math so that the business owner can see the value of rewards and how it systematically grows his business and adds to the bottom line. Now, the first thing you really need to know is that rewards are not an expense but a trigger. Now, the first step in explaining the math is a thorough understanding of issuing rewards as not being an actual expense, but a trigger to increase spending and frequency, and thus should really be issued generously. For example, if we had a 10-cent reward at, say, Home Depot, would this amount cause us to return to Home Depot instead of, say, Lowe's? Probably not. But if the reward were $5 or $10, we start thinking twice. Even though that we're dealing with a large ticket items, a fairly small yet decent sized reward starts us thinking about returning and possibly spending more when we do. If Home Depot were to make the mistake of thinking rewards were an expense rather than a trigger, they might have lost a visit and a large purchase because of it. Now, the same is true of restaurants or other service businesses. And in today's economy, even a $2 or $4 reward might cause us to visit a certain location compared to one where we don't have a reward at all. Now, if the reward were, say, 25 cents, it probably doesn't register. We must make sure we have a decent reward percentage in place to trigger return visits and thus higher spending. In addition, the balance on accounts start the customer thinking about the new rewards they will earn when making an additional purchase. It must also be noted that any issuance of rewards, no matter how high, is not an expense at all. It's only the redemption of rewards which triggers the expense, and even then we might be hard-pressed to call it an expense. Now here's why. Since redemption must happen with a future visit, do we really have an expense at redemption or another profit opportunity with the return visit? If we think the customer would have returned anyway and try to call redemption an unnecessary expense, this mindset is also incorrect due to frequency. And we're going to cover that a little bit more detail in the rest of this series. Even better, the redemption expense only applies to your services, product line, or if you are in the restaurant business, your food costs. The average business owner is so used to the traditional expenses such as coupons or discount, which come right off the top. They have a hard time understanding rewards, which act much differently. This proper mindset is very rarely understood by merchants, and why we address it here. Now think of rewards as an electronic incentive with far greater profitability potential to the merchant than paper discount coupons due to how the redemption expense works without the high cost of delivery to the end user. When we can reduce the cost of discounting, delivery, marketing, and advertising, rewards are looked at in a totally different mindset, and that's exactly what they accomplish. Okay, let's look at redemption, how it works. In any given month, a service business, store, or restaurant will not redeem more than 20% of their outstanding rewards balance that's issued. Customers love to save rewards or wait until they really need them, such as in a pinch before payday. We've tracked redemption for years and rarely see a 20% redemption ratio in any given month. People are hoarders and like to rack up rewards until they can take advantage of the stored savings. Rewards are often treated with the mentality of a built-in savings account, and we have, become accustomed to leave savings alone until we absolutely need them. We have also been taught to build our savings up as much as possible, and thus the accumulation of rewards causes us to return more frequently to establishments who issue them. This means our customers keep coming back over and over again, while paying full price, but never redeeming a dollar in expense. We have many customers with over $100 in rewards on their account, with no thought of redeeming those rewards. It's like braiding the savings account. These customers might have spent $500 to $1,000 or more in order to earn their $100 reward, but the merchant has yet to feel any redemption expense. Furthermore, there will always be a percentage of rewards and gift value which are never redeemed. This concept is known as breakage, and studies show breakage can be as high as 28% of total issuance in certain cases. All these factors contribute to improved operating cash flow for the business. Now, applying redemption expense against product cost and how that really works. Here, I'm going to give you an example here. When the merchant does get hit with a redemption expense, guess what? The redemption expense is only on the cost of product and at full price to boot. If a restaurant issues $1,000 in rewards during any given month, but only redeems $200 in rewards in the same month, that $200 in redemption has really only cost the business owner, and of course we're using a restaurant scenario here, it would be $200 times 30%, which is typically the cost of food, would equal $60. Now, in comparison to a 10% discount offer and $1,000 in coupon redemptions, the business owner would have reduced the amount of sales by $100 plus the cost of food. And again, that would be $900 times 30%, which is the cost of food, which equals $270. Plus, we have to add in any coupon program fees. And many coupon services can charge up to $1,000 per month in program and distribution fees. So in the reward scenario, the restaurant proprietor took in $1,000 in sales, issued 20% cashback rewards for future visits, and it cost him $60 in real money to pay for food plus the cost of the program fees. Now, in this case, the WebIGO program fees run around $2 per day. Now, the information shows us how valuable issuing rewards can be with very little expense realized due to breakage or hoarding of rewards by consumers. Now, again, we're still not taking into account the savings on marketing and advertising, as well as increased spending and frequency. Either way, we can clearly see the actual expenses are very small in relation to the numerous benefits. Okay, so let's look at the consumer psychology behind all this. To put it in more simple terms, offering customers 20% or more cashback rewards makes them, flop on the ground with excitement. They might get excited with 10% rewards, but the extra 20% push creates hysteria and barely adds additional expense to the merchant. Consumers are bombarded with 10% discount offers, and it barely registers anymore. 20% or more engages the customer's attention and leads to increased traffic, sales, and higher average ticket purchases. Consumers start ordering appetizers, desserts, and to-go items that they were not ordering previously. Consumers who were frequently once per month now start visiting twice per month or more, which doubles the lifetime value of that customer. Additionally, consumers become more loyal with less of a chance to lose them when a new competitor moves into the neighborhood and tries to entice them to leave with better offers or better service. Consumers also equate higher value and recognition to the businesses when they have an easy-to-use phone app that is on all the time. There is nothing more convenient than using the one thing everyone carries around, their phone, with cashback rewards and loyalty incentives available at the push of a button. Credit card companies have known this for years, and they're making billions in the process with the cashback rewards or frequent flyer programs. These programs influence purchase behavior so strongly that we've seen scores of articles by consumer watchdog groups warning consumers about falling into debt just to earn rewards. Now imagine the value when customers learn that there is a program that doesn't have any finance charges, no expiration dates, no interest rates, no application fees, no debt, just pure cashback rewards without the hassle or expense. Smartphone apps feel more real and professional than other marketing ideas, such as paper punch cards. And they even seem like real money to the consumer, but act as monopoly money to the business owner, since this real money can only be used at their location. Sure, it's the same as real money to the customer, but it saves the business owner a fortune due to all the benefits that we've just discussed. Now, when we load instant cashback rewards on a customer's phone app, they never leave the store without a balance on their program, which constantly talks to them throughout the day, reminding them to return an average of 8 times per day when they turn on their phone. Nothing like a talking ad 24/7 reminding customers to return. This phenomenon is one of the biggest advantages in launching the WebIGO Rewards program, creating outstanding customer goodwill, value, and recognition, with constant reminders placed on their phone to return more frequently. We all know what it feels like to have a gift card in our wallet, or we have heard the saying, "What's in your wallet?" Now we can say, "What's on your phone?" We then start making plans to visit the location so we can spend our money, and that's exactly what rewards can do for a business. All right. I want to thank you for watching this video. As I mentioned, it's a little longer, and I appreciate that you've taken the time to stay with us. In the next series, we're going to talk about the advantage of this program to build a database of consumers, and to grow that database and maintain a constant contact with these people, so that way you can be always in touch with the specials, offers, and rewards that you can offer to each of your customers.